Hey y'all, welcome back to Moments with Miss Amy. I am so glad you joined me. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about faith. Faith is really cool. I mean, just the fact of believing in something and believing that it's going to happen just to me is just like a real, I don't know, I was going to say that it's a really big part of being a human, but at the same time, I watch my dog and how when we bring in dog food and she sees that bag, she gets so excited because she has the faith that she's going to get to eat the food that's in that bag. Or when she smells that we went to McDonald's, she's super excited because she's got the faith she's going to get some French fries. So I guess it's not really just something that humans have, but one thing that humans do have is that we have faith even when we don't see something or smell something, as in the case of smelling McDonald's. So the scripture I'm going to share with you guys today is found in Hebrews 1:11. And you know me, got to have that paper, right? Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. I really love chapter 1 in Hebrews because there's a lot of talk about faith and about people of faith. And there's just a number of good little teeny stories in there. So if you get a chance, check that out. But let's talk about the scripture that I just said and about having confidence and then also assurance in something that we don't see. So last year, all of us struggled through the pandemic and the year of the coronavirus and COVID. And during that time, there were a lot of things that happened or didn't happen that we had to have faith that they would return. For one, a lot of people didn't travel. Places were shut down. Some travel wasn't even allowed. And so we had to have confidence and faith that would come back around. I know that one of the ways that as a family we were affected is not being able to travel and see family, and having family not be able to travel to come to see us. And that was really hard. So I'm super excited to say that in August, we've got family that's flying in to see us, and we are so excited about it. We can't wait. But you know, we had to have faith, and they had to have faith that time would come, that vacations would start to pick back up again, and that they would be able to travel to come and see us and stay with us. So we're super excited, and we're really counting down and looking forward to that time. But you know, when you think about it, waiting and anticipating on the arrival of someone, whether it's someone just popping by for a visit, or whether it's someone coming in from far away for a visit, or maybe even for someone waiting for a baby to arrive. All of that builds anticipation, and you have to just believe that the outcome is going to be what you're hoping for. So with our situation, the first thing that happened was things had to be aligned. The schedules had to work. Plans had to be made. And then tickets for airlines had to be purchased. All of these things had to be laid out. But now that they're laid out, we've got the times, we've got the dates, we know a lot of the schedule. Now we're making plans for what's going to happen during the time that family is back here visiting. And we're so excited, we're confident, hoping that everything's going to work out great. And we are assured that even though we can't see them yet, we will see them soon. Now, I'm telling you about a situation that's affecting us as a family and what we're excited about for ourselves. But think about yourself. When was the last time that you had childlike faith and childlike hope that even though things right now maybe didn't look as positive or as optimistic towards what it is that you kind of would like to have happen or what you would hope for, and then you began to doubt and maybe not have that hope? How did you feel? I know for myself, whenever I allow doubt to creep in about something that I want to have or something that I'm hoping for, I just don't feel great. it makes me sad. I might be more cranky. I might be less motivated, not have as much energy. But when I have something that I'm truly looking forward to, that I'm hoping for, that I'm anticipating, all of a sudden I'm like bouncy and I'm excited and I have more energy and I can't wait. And I'm telling other people, do you know? Do you know what's happening next month? Do you know what's happening whenever it is of whatever it is that I'm super hopeful and excited about? Living life in that hopeful state as often as possible is actually like super healthy. Reason being is because you're releasing positive endorphins as you're excited and as you're looking forward to something. And so that's why I really promote to everyone to have goals and dreams that they're running towards, so that you have something, so that you know where you're going, so that you're looking forward to it, so you're anticipating it, so you're excited about it. But even if it's not that big dream that you're totally working on, perhaps that's hard for you to do. Perhaps you've been through a lot right now, or you're currently going through a lot that just is kind of weighted upon you. And it's really hard to think of something big, something that you would like to have in the future, because there's just too much pulling you down right now to really reach out and touch that. So what can you, dialing it back down a little bit, have to anticipate and to be excited about? Or maybe whatever it is that you are excited about seems like it's so far away. So what are the things that you can do to make it seem like it's on its way? To make it maybe the time go by a little bit easier, a little bit faster? Well, I know for me, because I'm going to go back to my story about the family that's coming down, one of the things that we've been doing is working together to plan out what are we going to do when family's here. By getting online and looking at things and planning some stuff out and picking and choosing what things we're going to do to take up some of our time while family is here, that helps to make it more tangible for me. As I look at something, my mind knows that's going to be when family is here. And so because of that, it's stimulating my mind, realizing it's getting closer. It's getting closer. So I know the kids, when they were little, one of the things we would do is we would actually draw out a tear off thing or a calendar that you marked off. So either tear off the days or take a calendar and you mark off the days, showing the big day that whatever was happening was going to happen. Well, nowadays there's apps. You can use a countdown app, and so each day it'll show you how many days or how many hours, however that you set it up, and you can do that. And you know what? That's fabulous. You do you if you're into the technology. But sometimes a good old-fashioned in-your-face calendar that each day you can just mark it off just helps build that anticipation and that excitement so much more and make it so much more real. But how does that work in the I'm too weighed down to think about anything big? How would little things really help me? Well, that's what I want to share about. Even if it's something smaller. Let's say, for example, that you hurt yourself, and so you're physically healing, and so you're at a point, let's say you sprained your ankle, and so you're at a point that trying to get out and walking a lot and doing things is hard because you have to rest that ankle, and so you've got 2 weeks or 4 weeks or 6 weeks of healing that needs to be done, and you have to be careful and do it. Well, what if you start looking, because you're sitting anyway, so jump online. See what might be happening in your area in that time, like 6 weeks from now. Okay, so this is July, so that'll be, sometime later August. What's going on in your area that you could determine to go to? Say perhaps there is a sidewalk fair that's scheduled and going to be going on. Well, maybe you can plan and imagine being there. Imagine walking around. Perhaps there's something like a sweet corn festival. It's think going to be around that time of year. And so you can plan it, think about it, anticipate it. Maybe even eat some frozen corn or some canned corn and tell yourself, this tastes good, but oh, nowhere near as good as it's going to taste when I go to that event, when I'm able to walk there. Not to the place unless you live that closely, but you know what I mean. Park the car, get out and walk, all right? So we have the ability, our mind is like so phenomenal. We have the ability to completely change how we're feeling just by using our mind and thinking about it and imagining and envisioning that thing. So maybe your thing isn't a sprained ankle, and maybe it's not family coming in. Maybe you're weighted down right now because financially the money's just not coming in and you're struggling. You want to take a big vacation or you want to do something fun and exciting, but you just can't afford it right now. Okay, that's fine. What can you afford right now? And you can't say that you can't afford anything, because I'm going to tell you, going outside and taking a nature walk is free. You don't even have to take your car and go somewhere. You can step outside of wherever you live, because if nothing else, chances are you got ants, okay? So that's nature. You can walk outside. If you're in a town, in a city, you can walk along the sidewalk and look for them. If you're out in the country, you're going to find all kinds of stuff. And if you happen to live near the woods, you got tons of things in nature to check out. But you can go out. You can look at the sky. Oh my gosh, today while I was driving, looking at the sky post-tropical storm and just those clouds and then the intense blue, and it was just beautiful. And I could go out walking and do that, and it doesn't cost anything. So the problem that happens is when we don't allow our mind to anticipate, when we don't have the faith that things are going to get better, when we feel hopeless and we're just down and we're just discouraged, we just feel blah, and that's no way to live. Honestly, I know it's hard to struggle to fight through. Sometimes we just don't even want to get out of bed, and I get that. But when you take these positive, proactive steps forward, and you begin to have faith and the assurance that it's going to get better and that you can make it through this, or the faith and assurance that this big cool thing is really going to happen and it's just right around the corner, all of those things make you just feel so much better. And you know what's really cool? Not only will you feel better, but people around you will pick up on those energies and that vibe. They will. It's like you're just like having this positive energy just coming off of you, like the fragrance of a perfume. And people are attracted to that. And they're like, what are you so happy about? What are you so excited about? And it gives you that opportunity to share. And each time that you share, that causes you to get even more confident that this is going to happen. So I hope some of those things that I suggested here have helped you a little bit. I don't know. Maybe you're already super confident, super excited, and have great stuff going on. But maybe you're having that sort of middle of the summer, feeling a little bit down. And hopefully this gave you that little charge that you needed. So leave me a comment. Make sure to hit like. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. And don't forget to hit that little bell so you get a notification each time I drop. And I want to thank you again so much for joining me for Moments with Miss Amy.